Welcome to Lindell TV, and today we have a very special guest with us and one of our greatest sponsors ever. He is the CEO of Fisher Liberty Gold, and it's Alexander Spellane. And Alexander, it's been a while since we were together at CPAC, but boy, what a great turnout there for us, for you, and your great support of Lindell TV. And by the way, he's covers where they spend their money is all a lot of great conservative platforms and stuff like Turning Point USA, everybody. And it's just good to have you back. And I know we want to have a little conversation about why gold now, why precious metals now. But while you guys are doing this right here, or there you see it up on the thing, anytime during our conversation, get your free coin at MikeLindellGold.com or text metals to 26786. One of the biggest reasons we're here now with Lindell TV is because of Fisher Liberty Gold. And so, Alexander, I can't thank you enough, and welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. I wanna get right into it here. Why, President Trump got in, our greatest president in history. What do we need gold for? What do we need this for? This is. We all expect the greatest economy ever. What's your thoughts on that? And
Sure.
and why gold?
Well, gold's always important to have. Most economists would recommend having a bare minimum of 10% in your portfolio at all times. And that's something that was very common once upon a time. But, ever since we were taking off a gold standard and, Wall Street's basically taking the dominance in the financial sector, you don't see so many people just commonly like holding those type of positions in their portfolio. And when they do, it's oftentimes not the physical gold. The reason you need gold in your portfolio is because there are other threats to the economy. Even though Donald Trump has become president, we had an amazing economy under Trump in his first term. You got to remember, these guys left Trump with a mess. It's a complete mess. And it's it's the worst debt we've ever seen in US history, but it's not just federal debt, it's consumer and corporate debt as well. And that's ultimately what I think is going to put us at risk. I just read an article today, and people are speculating that Trump is actually trying to solve the debt crisis by getting the interest rates to come down. And if the stock market went down, obviously the interest rates would typically come down with it. And he said this is one of the worst times for people to get rich because the interest rates are so high. So gold is globally traded. That's why you see central banks stocking up on gold and buying more gold than they ever have in world history. And they've done that for the past 3 years. Gold's done 80% in the past couple years alone. Since 2005, it's done 15% annually. So actually, depending on what time period you're looking at and what, how long, but different case studies will have different numbers. But over the last 20 years, gold has actually outperformed the stock market. So that does say a lot to me. It shows that, there's no reason for you not to have it in your portfolio. But ultimately, my biggest concern is a threat to the value of the dollar. And I think inflation could continue to get worse. And it's one of those things where there's a lot of forces still working against Trump. Another spokesperson of ours, James O'Keefe, he actually said, he exposed this. He exposed, one of these insiders who was in the Federal Reserve, and he said that Jerome Powell was intentionally going against what Trump was recommending because Jerome Powell wanted to go down in history as the man who held the line against Trump. So I think that it's not just Jerome Powell, but many others are going to be actively working against Trump, and we've got challenges. So it's just one of those things where better to be safe than sorry. If the market's corrected every 8 to 12 years, and this is actually the longest that we've gone without a major correction, just mathematically and statistically speaking, it's more likely that we would see a pullback in the market than it continue to go up with no volatility. And every time that's happened in U.S. history, precious metals have performed extremely well.
Okay, physical gold, or you have what do you call virtual reality gold? I mean, what do you have offered
No,
there I mean,
it would be a
if I have
conflict
my
of
401k or if I have these other retirement funds, can we shift stuff over for this virtual reality gold, or do you have to have the physical gold?
absolutely no virtual or paper gold. It would be a conflict of interest for me to offer that to anybody because I think one of the best things our company does is really we help people reclaim ownership in their portfolio. You got to
Okay.
understand that when you give your money to banks and brokerage houses, they're allowed to lend this money out and they can do all kinds of things to leverage it. And, it's all associated with debt. When you own gold outright, no bank can borrow or lend out that money. No one can leverage it in any way, and you own it solely. It's fully allocated to you, and that's why it's fully insurable as well, because there's no third party and counterparty risk associated with you owning that gold outright. So for me, I wouldn't even tell somebody they should buy, gold that's like gold ETFs or GLD,
Right.
and
Right.
certificates and things of that nature, or cryptocurrencies based on precious metals. That I would personally only recommend physical product.
Right on. And you guys, I had a lot of physical gold that I had bought and silver, everybody, but I bought mine for a rainy day and it rained, so I had to sell all mine. Alexander, yeah. So
Yeah, I talked
and
to
I
Rudy at
get
one
back.
point, and he said the same thing. He said that
Right, yeah,
gold is a great way to protect yourself in the worst case
right,
scenarios. And I know you both were treated very unfairly, so you have to prepare for the worst thing. I mean, Roger Stone is also someone who endorsed our firm in the past, and he said it too. I asked him, well, how would have gold helped you overcome some of the challenges that you face? When the FBI came after you. And I mean, they took everything from him. I mean, they really
right,
did.
right, yeah,
So, it's good to have things that are private, that are outside of the reach of, the government, as well as, creditors of any kind, because when you see, what's happened, like the way that they went after Rudy, that's just not a normal scenario. And it makes me think, well, if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody. So you've got to
right,
have
yeah, no,
something that's completely private.
right, no, absolutely, and so I want to do right now. And I, for myself too, I'm going, wow, I expected the market to just soar now that the president's in, but that's not the case, everybody. I'm watching it, all this
Yeah.
stuff. So getting security now is the best time to get it. But I want to follow the customer. So one of the reasons um, that I chose you after vetting you and your company, the Fisher Liberty Gold, you guys had a lot of the stuff that you have to be in for me to go all in, 100% all in. One of them was you treat every customer like your only customer. And I seen that live when I was with you at CPAC, and I've heard great things since you've come on to help sponsor Lindell TV, which you guys. He's a big part of the reason that we're here, and came in at the perfect time when we expanded Lindell TV. Now we're in the middle of our big expansion, where you can watch everything wall to wall coverage from Washington D.C. with our White House correspondent and our Capitol Hill correspondent. So we thank you for that. But I want to follow the customer. So right now, what am I going to do when I go to MikeLindellGold.com? How do I claim a free coin? What do I get there? Or if I text metals to 26786, what's going to happen to me? I'm a customer. I'm just getting the website.
Well, if I can make one comment before I answer that question, you did say that you vetted us, and we're a big reason that you're able to do Lindell TV. The truth is, everybody, that it goes both ways. I believe in you, Mike. I believe in everything that you stand for. And the fact of the matter is, like, people need to get the truth, and there's not a lot of news agencies that anyone trusts anymore. And so I'm grateful that
Right.
Lindell TV is an outlet where people can get free and fair news, and always we can always count on you guys to get the truth out to your audience. And I thought it was really cool that you were one of only 12 people that even had a White House correspondent allowed, on campus at the White House. So that's huge, everybody that's listening. But to answer the question, the way that you'll get a free silver or gold coin is simply by opting in. You're just going to provide your name, phone number, and email once you get to MikeLindellGold.com. And if you text metal to 26786, you'll be sent a link. And the link will look very similar to what Mike is. I see you showing that on the screen there right now. But there is another promotion there where you can qualify for up to $20,000 in bonus silver that is on qualified orders. And the way that you're going to claim that is through a qualified account like an IRA or 401k that's able to roll over. Um, and it's up to a 10% match is what it is. A 10% bonus in physical silver from whatever you roll over. So that's capped at $20,000, but it's a huge promotion right now because there's not, for people, and this is what I love about that promotion is especially for people who have some sort of penalty to get out of their current investments. It makes it that much easier. Half the time, it covers the penalty. For a lot of people who might have bought an annuity that they're unhappy with, and then they want to get out, they all of a sudden have to pay 5 to 10% as a penalty just to get out of the product. Now you can do that with no penalty just by working with us. So I'm really proud that our firm's able to offer that.
So everybody, here's a call to action. Do it right now. Go to MikeLindellGold.com. Get your free coin. Text medals to 26786. You guys, this is a win, 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 and a win. Okay. You're supporting one of our greatest sponsors, Fisher Liberty Gold, and a very trusted sponsor, a trusted source. You're helping yourself get to learn, to get some education on what you need to protect your investments at this time and what they're in. We're in anomalies. We're in an anomaly time in history, everybody, and we're still there. And everything we're fighting for at Lindell TV, you're getting behind that. You're supporting that by getting involved with our sponsors, and I can't thank you enough. And I want everyone to know out there, I don't just go out and get products or whatever. I have to believe 100% to be all in. That includes as you all know, our great president, Donald Trump. When I met him back in
Hmm.
2016, I was all in and I never let up. I did my own due diligence. I do my own due diligence on anything. I don't go in 90% or 92% or whatever. I'm 100% all in. And Alexander, I've had many relationships where I've out there with other products and stuff where I just didn't believe in, either didn't believe in the company or didn't believe in the product, and I couldn't get involved. I couldn't do it. I'm not going to do
Yeah, I
anything
understand that.
just to get sponsors. So you guys are absolutely amazing, and I just want to tell you one last time here. Get right now to MikeLindellGold.com. Get your free coin. Text medals to 26786. And Alexander, I probably wouldn't even be sending people there if I thought, hey, this is going to be a bad investment for you. But gold and precious metal, they prove themselves over and over and over again. So
It's true.
it's a matter of picking the right company to do the due diligence that needs to be done.
Yeah.
You've already done that. You've already done that as a company. So everybody, you trust me. If you trust me, you need to get over there and to Fisher Liberty Gold. And Alexander, do you do a lot of the tell me about when you dig into someone's um, you have to be educated by the customer, right, on what they have before you can make your recommendations, right?
Right.
Um, what if
And I mean, that's
what
a
if
fundamental difference.
right?
I
Yeah,
didn't mean to interrupt you, but
you
it's a fundamental difference from something you'd see like these companies that do like a lot of these commercials for specific coins on Fox News, for example. The problem you're going to find there is that those might not be the right type of products that for everybody, right? So at the end of the day, every client's different, and that's why you have to treat every client like they're special because there's different products that are going to do different things. Like a lot of people, for example, believe that silver is going to have a much better potential for growth. Now, for me, I've seen more volatility there in the silver market. So that's one of those things where you look at risk tolerance and you say, well, is the goal that you're trying to really grow your portfolio or you're trying to preserve and protect it? Because gold may prove to be more stable long term. And then, of course, there's
right,
different products. Like there's fractional coins. There's coins that have higher premiums but have a better long-term track record. There's cheaper products like bars, but some bars have serial numbers that are more tracked. Some people want something more private. So it really all just comes down to what the client's needs are. So it's really good to be able to focus on a client's short-term and long-term goals. You also have to take into
right,
consideration what percent of their portfolio this represents that they're looking to diversify into gold in the first place. If someone's just making a small purchase, or they're doing it with cash outside of an IRA, our recommendations may be very different than somebody who is looking to protect 100% of what they worked hard for in a core position.
right.
So
Well,
that's
thanks,
one
Alexander,
reason
and
why
I
you
want to
have
tell
to.
everybody. Right. And I want to tell everybody, Alexander, this has been what it's been a month or two now. You guys, now I have proof of concept. Okay, I heard all this great stuff from Alexander about month and a half, 2 months ago. How he treats every customer like his only customer. Now we have proof of concept. Everybody, get on there, go to MikeLindellGold.com or text medals to 26786. Get that free coin. Get up to $20,000 in bonus over now if you're qualified. And you guys, I can't tell you enough how it's a win for everybody. And Alexander, I want to thank you for coming to Lindell TV. We couldn't do it
Thanks
without
for
you,
having
brother.
us.
You are awesome. God bless you. And we'll see you next time. We'll get an update and what you guys, I'm telling you, don't miss this. If right now when you get off here, go right there, MikeLindellGold.com. Thanks, Alexander.
Thank you, Mike. Have a great day, everybody.